And look at that. It is day 23 and we are live. Good morning, you wonderful humans. We are back at it again with the free virtual exercise training. My name is Seth Spicer and this is Connected Community Health Supports Program, looking to make health and fitness accessible. Good morning, happy face. Great to see you here as always. I'm in a new location today. Try not to let that discourage you. Try not to let that distract me. I'll see what I can do. I'm going to skip the spiel this morning. I'll give me some more talking room as we get going, and we'll get right into the warm-up. I hope you've had a wonderful day prior, and I hope you're more than excited to get going with our workout here today. Alrighty. If you've been following along the program, I think you know where we're at by now. I think you know what's coming. We're starting from the bottom up. We are warming up our ankles a little bit today. Roll them forward, stretch them back, roll them forward, stretch it back. Just do that a few times. Saying good morning to your ankles, really. Roll them to the outside, to the inside, roll them to the outside. Switch sides. Stretch them forward, stretch them back. Roll them to the outside, roll them to the inside. And get a couple circles. All right, and now we're moving up. Again, you can do whatever you like for the warm-up with the hips, but especially make sure you do whatever feels good for you. I recommend the internal external rotation. So go ahead and join me with these if you like. And yeah, say a happy face. I know not everybody does, so I usually do it a little bit before, but yeah, especially my right side, my Achilles is pretty tight. We have a good Achilles stretch. All right, step overs and close the gates. We're gonna step over the Legos, close the gates. Feel free to join me. Again, make sure that you have a wall to hold on to if you like it, a wall to hold on to if you need. This program is designed to be accessible for any population, old, young, really overweight relative to what you want or not. Even myself, whom I consider a little bit fit, I get a fantastic aerobic workout from these workout sessions. Both hands going forward. These are open books. You're going to keep your hips facing forward the entire time. Rotate with your thoracic spine. Breathing out as you follow the hand, starting with the left side. Breathe in. Breathe out to the left. Repeat that on the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out on the right. And we're going to do that on each side a few more times. All right, let's throw in a couple arm circles to get nice and warmed up. Get the kinks out in the shoulders. Swing them a little bit if you like. Backstroke in the pool. And forward arm circles, nice and big ones. These aren't in the program anymore, so you can do as many as you like. All right, fantastic. And lastly, we're going to take the last minute of the warm-up and do some neck circles. Go ahead and switch directions. All right, and we're going to get started. We're going to get started with our 8 exercises here in about 20 seconds. Again, we're starting with our floor touches or a glute bridge, whichever hinge variation you like. If you ever have any questions throughout the course of this video, feel free to shoot them into the chat. If you're watching it on replay, just shoot them in the chat or reach out to us at connectedchs30@gmail.com. All right, here we go. Floor touches or glute bridges, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. First couple, again, can be getting the kinks out. I like to think of reaching the butt back. For example, there's a TV behind me. I'm going to reach my butt towards the TV. And if you can't go to the floor on the first set without starting to bend your back, that's okay. Start a little low. You want a slight bend in the knees as you go down. 3, 2, 1, and time. So again, I am Seth Spicer. If you're just joining in or watching this on replay, this is Connected Community Health Support, trying to make health and fitness accessible. This is for anyone who doesn't have the time, who doesn't have the money, who doesn't have the comfortability, or doesn't have the experience to go to the gym. You can get exercise, and you should be able to exercise and reach health goals from the comfort of your own home. So that's why myself, Jacob Carroll, and Adam Fox do this stream. The next exercise is bent over, raise the roofs. All you're going to do is enter the bent over position and raise your arms overhead, like so, starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. I think this is one of those things where it gets you after 45 seconds. Try and keep the elbows high. Don't let the arms sag down to the side. Seven more seconds. Keep working. Almost done. And time. And as I'm sure you've been traumatized to remember by now, after bent over raise the roofs, we're going into normal raise the roofs. And that is just reaching overhead. Right. Carrying on my spiel from last time, myself, I go at 7:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live and stream. Jacob Carroll goes at noon, and Adam Fox goes at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, all Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We restream this Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m. Eastern time. Raise the roofs starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Again, because money and experience shouldn't be a barrier to exercise, we designed this entire program to be completely body weight so that you don't need any equipment to go from day 1 to day 50. We used our degrees in exercise science to design something that gets progressively harder over time with built-in progressive overload, but also deload weeks so that you can adapt and not get burnt out while still getting a good workout. And time. Speaking of a good workout, but I went for the full 45 seconds today instead of giving the adjustment of a single arm, so must be we're getting better here. The intensity here should be somewhat easy throughout the entire workout. If you get to the point where you don't think you could hold a conversation with your friend, and I recommend having a friend while you do these, go ahead and tone down your relative intensity, okay? Do something for you that makes it a little bit easier. If I were there with you in person, you should be able to talk back with me. If not, you're going too intense and we're not hitting the goals of intensity of fat burn that we're looking for. All right. Next exercise, standing march with an elbow to the knee, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. March, right elbow, right knee. You can go forearm to the knee if you want. If you're really advanced, pick up that elbow and bring the knee all the way to the armpit. I think of this like a crunch. Crunch down to the knee. And again, with the intensity, the faster you want to go, the better workout you're going to get. 3, 2, 1. Time of exercise. Next up, we have bilateral squats. Now, I always say talk to a physician before beginning exercise. And a lot of times that's to cover undiagnosed heart conditions. Again, we made this as individualizable as possible so that anybody can get a workout. But one of the things we guard against is a raised systolic blood pressure if you have a heart condition. Now, it's really catch-22 with the squats because it recruits the most muscle mass, which means it gives you the best workout and burns the most calories, but also spikes your blood pressure the most. So take that for what you will. 3, 2, 1, ready, begin the squats. Go as low as you feel comfortable. They can be half squats for 45 seconds, or they can be deep squats down to 90 degrees, if that's what feels good for you. $15 more seconds. Limiting spikes in blood pressure is also why we do very little isometric activities. And time. Because isometrics are like taking a hose, you get water spewing out of it, and then you cramp it. And when that happens, you obviously raise the blood pressure. And in this case, the hose are your arteries, and the clamp are your muscles. And when you do an isometric exercise, just holding, you can really bump up your systolic blood pressure. So that's why we like a lot of rhythmic, dynamic, moving exercises, not just a plank or a wall sit for the most part. Sometimes we feel that they're good, we throw them in. You can dabble in the arts, but generally in the beginning of the program, we try and avoid them. Next up are push-ups. Go ahead and find your surface. We're going to start with the push-ups in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Again, you can use a wall if you like. I recommend it. You want to find an intensity that you can go for 45 seconds, full range of motion. I use my knees for this exercise. You could use a desk or any supported wall. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice. All right, and the next exercise that we're going to do are these shoulder extensions or prone floor slides. The shoulder extensions are the bent over position, arms by your side, pushing your palms up to the sky, holding feet. I have a sliding floor today. I can actually show this. I just keep this here to know where to stand, by the way. Again, you don't need an exercise pad. But the prone floor slides are here. Feet up, sliding yourself, pulling yourself across the floor. All right, it's supposed to emulate I'll pull up. We're gonna start that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. You can either do the floor slide or the prone extensions. I'm going this way and starting with the floor slides. Once I get here, I'm going to turn around and do slides on the way back too. All right, keep going with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Take a moment, get the dust off your belly. Maybe reset your own paper that you've launched by moving the yoga mat. And lastly, we have punches. We're just throwing a couple 1-2s, as they say. What's nice about that last exercise is you're doing it from the comfort of your own home. You might look a little silly, but who's around to judge you? You're not in the gym, right? Punches starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. We're throwing jabs. Again, you can regulate the intensity by how hard or fast you want to throw these punches. I can tell you to go a little left, left, right, switch it up, right, left, right, left, or center. Some consistent jabs. Be careful though. In the remaining 7 seconds, make sure you don't hit pipsqueak. Thank you, pipsqueak. I knew you'd come around eventually, because next up we have our floor touches or glute bridges. In this case, you want to pretend like you're picking up a cat from the floor. Picking up a cat from the floor to remove from your exercise area. That was pipsqueak. She's the small one. Don't worry about Grizzy. She's our attack cat. All right, we're gonna go back to the top. Do floor touches or a glute bridge. We're starting those in 15 seconds. I hope you take that as an opportunity to grab some water. I forgot mine. That's no bueno. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, floor touches or a glute bridge. So aside from being anonymous if you're on Twitch, and aside from being completely equipment free, and aside from being beginner friendly, I throw so many things out there, I forgot what I was going to say. Aside from all those things, keep it going. All you need in terms of space is an 8x8 area. Doesn't even have to be that clean. 3, 2, 1, and time. An 8x8 area that you can call your own for the duration of 45 minutes. Again, this is day 23. Come day 25, which is next week, first day of next week, we're going with 60-minute time blocks. I know that can sound scary, so we're going to break it up into 2 30-minute sessions in case you have to go for work or in case you can't go for that full duration. Again, any exercise program gets progressively harder in some fashion, and the way that we do it at first is through longer duration, and then eventually we go back to 30 minutes, but increase the frequency. All right. Next up, bent over, raise the roofs in 3, 2, 1. Pinch the shoulder blades, elbows high, begin. That should be the big cue that you focus on, are keeping the elbows as far back as you can, as high in the air as you can. Elbows to the side, elbows high overhead, elbows to the side. Keep working. 3, 2, 1, and time. Bingo, bango. That was all she wrote. I have this nice little friend right here, a little puffball I can sit on during the break to come say, "What's up? I hope you're enjoying your workout." Any questions, comments, concerns, shoot them into the chat. If you have any feedback for us, or there's anything you want to see, feel free to reach out to me, Seth Spicer, or Jacob Carroll, or Adam Fox at connectedchs30@gmail.com. The next exercise we have, raise the roofs. All you do is reach overhead. We're starting those in 10 seconds. Again, raise the roofs. All you have to do is reach overhead. I see somebody just joined. Welcome. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Just reaching overhead. For the person who just joined, my name is Seth Spicer. This is Connected Community Health Support's free, live, virtual exercise stream. I walk you through 8 different exercises for today for a 45-minute workout using only your body weight. We will never require any equipment, and you can do it completely anonymously at your own intensity from the comfort of your own home. I'm getting better at that pitch, so I hope you'll join us for a workout today. You can even hop in for the rest of this one. We're about halfway through, and time with this one. All right, and the next exercise is a standing march with a side knee raise, elbow to the knee, elbow to the knee. It's kind of like a crunch, but now we're not on our side on the floor for 2 reasons. One, because when you do crunches on the floor, you get a bit of a compressive force on one side of the disc that some people say isn't good for your discs. Whether or not I have read the scientific literature to confirm or deny that, I trust the people that have more degrees than me, and I'll just say we'll do it from a standing position down to here. That should reduce the compressive forces of gravity. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Marching, and elbows to the side. Again, to adjust, bring the hands to the knees. If you're looking for more of a challenge, get them up to the elbows and crunch down to the knee. And if you're looking for a real challenge, try and get the knee up to the armpit. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hua. And D-O-N, done. And next up, we have our bilateral squats. We were doing the lateral squats, but now we are adjusting back to some good old-fashioned bilateral squats. It's our deload week. I think bilateral squats recruit a little more muscle mass, therefore it's a little bit more difficult, which of course means that on a deload week, perfect time to include them back in. We had a whole phase of working on the lateral squats. I hope you liked them. But now we're moving on to our good old-fashioned bilaterals. 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Now, if you ever wonder how low you need to go, and you happen to have something like this lying around, maybe a chair, you may absolutely pick those up and use them to gauge an appropriate depth, to make sure you hit the same depth every time. For me, that comes down until my thighs are parallel, but again, this is completely individualizable. Do whatever feels good for you. Time. Time. The next exercise is going to be the push-up again. I'm sorry. I'll tone it down a bit. I'll take it easy. Yeah, these squats actually take a lot of time and mobility to develop. So if you have any questions about how to maybe go a little deeper, if strength isn't the issue, if it's more of a mobility thing, you feel like there's some restrictions, let me know. And hopefully I can try and help from virtual. Next up, we have our push-ups. We're starting those in 5 seconds. This time, my friend here, begin. Again, this is just slightly elevated, so it's slightly easier than a normal push-up. Uh, 25 seconds left. Keep working. You can go from the knees. You can go from the wall. 3, 2, 1, and time. Whatever feels good for you. Now we have our shoulder extensions or prone floor slides. Whatever floats your boat. I'm going to go with the floor slides only because I think they really do a good job of working the lats in a way that the other stuff does not. And that's why we included them. And of course, you may absolutely this set do shoulder extensions. All right. I'm gonna slide this out the way. Starting in 10. Find your position. 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. You might wonder why I do all this stuff with you. And the answer is because I shouldn't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. Plus, we're all working out together. Ten more seconds. We're all in this together. And I believe in the program that we've made. And I think it's good for me to do as well. And time. We're done with that round of exercises. I'm sure somebody joined in just for the entertainment, trying to figure out why the hell I'm sliding around on the floor. And if you don't have a pull-up bar or you can't do a pull-up, that's a great way to get used to it at home. So there you go. Someone's just sitting there watching the closed captions go by saying, huh? I hope those ones still feel good for you. We're about to throw some punches. Go ahead and stand up if you're on the floor. Shadow boxing, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. We're throwing jabs. Give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that's it. Maybe you want to throw some doubles. Go ahead and get fancy with it. Do whatever makes you happy. Whatever floats your boat. 1, 2, right. Left, right. Remember, you gotta keep them up in front of your face. Dodge. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Keep going. And done. Pep Squeak says take a break. Go ahead and grab some water. We'll take a minute. Grab some water. I'll remove friend here. Again, coming in a perfect time for some floor raises. Hi there. Twenty more seconds. And just to make sure that there was enough time to go get some water, I did so myself. And to stress its importance, somebody is hungry. We're starting set number 3 in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Pipsqueak, I'm hungry too, kitty. But my eggs and spinach are gonna wait 15 more minutes. However, I have finally acquired at least 2 times in harnesses from when we used to do the Flappy Birds that I talked about at the beginning of the program. We're very excited. Maybe coming to you next week, we'll have tiny dog lifts. Keep going. 7, 6, 5, and time. All right. And the next exercise on the lifts are bent over, raise the roof. Please know that no dogs, animals, cats, or anything of any kind that's living, breathing, and meowing were harmed during the production of this video. Next up, we have bent over, raise the roofs. I know we love every sort of variation. Good thing we aren't doing any kicking today because Pipsqueak is relentless. All right, starting in 5 seconds, we've got our bent over, raise the roofs. 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Again, if you need, you can put one hand on forearm, on the thigh. All you do, a few each side, if you don't feel comfortable in this position. Keep those elbows high. Pinch the shoulder blades if you need that cue. Less than 10 seconds left. Keep working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Next up, we have some classic raise the roofs. I hope, like me, that your shoulder range of motion is improving. Mine is, and I'm again in a lot less pain. Bro science, I know, don't use examples in your logic, but I feel great. All right. 18 more seconds before we begin. Normal, raise the roofs. Make sure that you tell at least one friend about this. If it comes up, if somebody says, man, I wish I had a way, perhaps to lose some weight without equipment on my own time, well, tell them you know again. 3, 2, 1, begin. Raise the roofs, set number 3. This is the last one. You say, but I need to start from the beginning. I missed your day 1 through 20 videos, Seth. Whatever shall I do? I'll say, have you ever heard of YouTube? Number 1. And they'll say, maybe. And I'll say, great. What you're going to do is you're going to go to YouTube. You're going to look up connected CHS. You're going to go to playlists. And you're going to search for Seth Spicer or Jacob Carroll or Adam Fox, whosever voice you enjoy the most. Time. And you're going to start from day 1. You're going to go all the way through it, and you're going to love it. You're going to like it. It's going to be great. You're going to get exercise. You're going to be entertained. It's going to be wonderful. You just got to do it. You just got to go for it. Next up, core exercise number 1, standing marches with a side knee touch. 20 seconds. Alrighty, here we go. Break it out. 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Get them up. Knee to the hand. If you want more intensity, go elbow or forearm to the knee. crunching down to it. And if you want to get real difficult, going even more full range of motion and get the knee up into the armpit. This is the last one. Ten more seconds. Once you're going full range of motion, and then you can increase the tempo to make it more difficult time. All right. We really picked 3 good ones in a row for these exercises. We have the marches, core number 1, and then we go into our squat pattern with the bilateral squats, and then we have the push-ups, which is our horizontal press. We really just throw 3 good ones right in a row at you this exercise. All right, 10 seconds until we begin our bilateral squats. Starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, squat it out. Begin. Again, nothing in this program should hurt. It should never feel painful, but occasionally you'll come across the uncomfortable burn, such as the last 10 seconds of the raise the roofs or the last 40 seconds of a bilateral squat. I know some of these feel better than others. You just got to keep working at them. And one day, you'll walk through, you won't even notice that you're walking through doors that you were once banging down to be open. All right. We got ourselves a break. Next up, we have our push-ups. Doing push-ups off this guy was debatably harder than doing them from the floor because it was a little unstable. So I'm going back to the knees for this one. If you want, find the elevated surface. I'm going right here. 10 seconds. Last round of push-ups. We're doing them together. Starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Keep the core tight. I like rocking back each time so that I can reset, add some variability. Variability is good for the soul. It's like your diet as well. You would need the same thing day over day. And I wouldn't expect you to hit the same exercise or cook it the same way or do the same exercise the same way every time and time. All right. All right, all right, all right. Next up, we have our shoulder extensions or prone floor slides. I'm starting to get a little sweaty. And I don't think I'm gonna be sliding on the floor as smoothly as I want to, so I'm going with the shoulder extensions this round. Feel free to do whatever makes you happy. Whatever floats your boat. If you're watching this on replay, thank you very much. I'm glad you made it this far. We get a lot of people that watch it on replay. If there's anything you'd like me to say for a replay, again, reach out to us on any of our social media platforms at Connected CHS or our Facebook page at Connected Community Health Support. Shoulder extensions or prone floor slides, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Hold for a second at the top. If you're doing the prone floor slides, don't worry about it. If you're doing the shoulder extensions, just holding for a minute. Can be good for your triceps, as well as your lats and posterior delt. Again, any back exercise is good to undo the slouching that at least I do all day. And I know a lot of other people do all day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Just one exercise left, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost done. I think we can do 45 more seconds. And then I've got something for you at the end of the day today, and something for you on Friday. Nice little quote as we cool down. Nice little train of thought as we cool down to send you on your way and set you up for success with your health and fitness goals. Shadow boxing, last round, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. I hope by now your body and your movements are starting to feel a little bit better. More range of motion, more strength, more pain-free. And maybe just perhaps, if you've been doing some sort of dietary intervention as well, you'll start feeling a little more lean. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. And that is the end of that workout for today. We'll take a couple seconds. Join me in some bear hugs to cool down a little bit. Try and breathe through your nose. Again, I talk every time, every session, about the benefits of nasal breathing. Do a couple leg shakes. 1, 1, 2, 2. Curl, curl, kick, kick. Curl, curl, kick, kick. All right. And we're going to take 4 more minutes to cool down and get ourselves a little quick chat, quick little motivation. So I decided that aside from the workout, we need a little bit more. At the end, I'm going to give you a little bite of goodness to send you off for the rest of the day. I know going 2 days can mean enough to lose your motivation. I listened to a podcast the other day. I love listening to podcasts, all things exercise, sports nutrition, exercise, nutrition, sleep, you name it. I like the life hack. This one was the Armchair Expert podcast with Dax Shepard. Shout out if you ever see this, Dax. Great podcast, huge fan. But this time he brought on somebody who researches the food industry and specifically how people create food to hack your brain, which is an uncomfortable thought to get you to come back and eat more. It's like Pringles. I bet you can't eat just one. TM. And that shouldn't be our mindset, but they know what they're doing, right? So a great train of thought that came up during this was thinking about if anybody might be addicted to some sort of alcohol, substance, you name it. You can't expect to one day wake up and go the rest of your life without doing whatever you're doing, cold turkey, right? And I think that applies very well to food as well, because it might not be as addictive necessarily in Oreo, or maybe you're not trying to cut out Oreos necessarily. Maybe there's a certain food source that you know isn't good for you. Maybe you want to cut out sugar, right? Which is I would highly recommend. Reduces inflammation, decreases risk of coronary heart disease, you name it. Makes you feel better in general. But if you're trying to cut out sugar, you can't imagine going the rest of your life without sugar. That doesn't make sense, right? You wouldn't expect somebody to. However, if you break it down and ask yourself, what's the shortest amount of time I could go without eating sugar, without craving, where I can guarantee that I'm not going to do it? I can mentally prepare and say, for this amount of time, I know I can go that long without eating sugar, right? Sugar is just an example. It could be anything. I think it's about a day. I think that I can mentally prepare myself for a day. This can be any sort of time for you or any habit that you're trying to kick. I say, okay, I can go a day. So what I'm going to do is when my alarm goes off in the morning, I'm going to set a little reminder in the alarm to go through my mental preparation. And my mental preparation could be on my phone. It could be on my little notepad by the side. And it can just say today, and today only specifically, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. I am not going to eat sugar, and I am going to exercise. Or in this case, I am going to show up to the Connected Community Health Support virtual exercise stream, right? And then for that one day, you completely mentally commit and you take it one day at a time. And if you take it one day at a time, that's much more manageable and much more realistic. And you can really mentally prepare for that one set time frame, as opposed to a really long battle in which you're going to be discouraged because we have food playing on the TV every 30 seconds for ads, right? You drive down the highway, you see billboards, you have friends surrounding you. So you go through and you think of every possible situation, every social trigger that could cause you to want to do something. And you mentally prepare for that occurrence and tell yourself what you're going to do if that does happen. If somebody offers you this, you say, no, thank you, just for that day, right? For that day, you're going to make sure that you tell your friends and family that, you're not interested in any keeping sugar around, because that's going to kick your cravings, right? If you see a commercial, right, you're going to reinforce that you do not want that just for that day. All right. And I think that's a much easier and healthier way to control or change habits in your life. All right. One day at a time. At the beginning of the day, mentally prepare for that one day goal, that one day challenge, or whatever block of time feels good for you. All right. So now I'm going to that's the end of our cool down period. I hope you were nasal breathing as you're listening to me ramble. If you're watching this on replay, I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, Connected CHS, or on our Facebook page at Connected Community Health Support. If you have any questions, now's your time to shoot them into the chat. Or while I was rambling on and on, I know you're probably paying such good close attention. But if not, shoot them into the chat. I'll give it 30 seconds to come through, and then I will sign off and let you all enjoy the remainder of your day. If you've still come through and you enjoyed that entire exercise session, thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed day 23. That felt like a good session, a solid session. Feel free to tune in Friday at 7:30. And without any questions in the chat, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all very much. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you Friday at 7:30 in the morning. Take care.